And now we go on to cinema with Good Luck to You, Leo Grande. And this is a film that I want to see. Shaun, you just spoke about Elvis and said that Elvis was like, best film that you've seen this year. And I think of films that I want to see more than any most. This is a film I'm like, I actually really want to
You
see
said
this
that
film.
last week, yeah. You
Yeah,
did
yeah,
say
I
that.
really want to see this film. So much so that I'm considering maybe figuring out somewhere in which I can go to a cinema that is more than 10 minutes from my house to actually
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
to actually see this film. So the basic setup for what we know about this is that Emma Thompson plays a lady who is she's widowed. She's widowed. She's older, but she's never actually, and I think in her words, experienced any sort of sexual pleasure because of her age of the time when she grew up in and what women were expected to do and how sex was all about the man. So she hires a young male escort played by Daryl McCormack, the Leo Grande of the title, to because she wants to experience all these things. But then it becomes not just so. It's not just a It's not just a 70s sex comedy where old woman has sex. It becomes like almost like a two-hander, which is like almost like a play in my head. The way they put it is almost like a play, but it goes through a whole bunch of different things that hasn't really been spoken about on computers on screens for a while, especially about older women's sexuality. That's what I've heard about this film. Sean, what did you think of it?
Okay, yeah. So that's it. So basically, she's decided she's been in this marriage. She's only ever had a husband. She's only ever had a husband, and I mean, there was a bit in that says basically he's just done the basic thing in lies and tough. She's never had an orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
So she decides she's going to try this. So she hires this guy, and she's obviously really, really nervous to start with, and like, oh no, I don't think we can do this. I'll pay you, and you can go, and all that and that. But he's brilliant. He sort of puts her mind at ease. He's really, should we say, yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, there's a bit in the trailer where he said, "What's the oldest lady you've been with?" And he says, like, 81 or 71.
Yeah, I saw that.
So gradually, the first meeting's a bit tentative, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not sure." And then she orders some more meetings, and becomes a bit more comfortable and a bit more aware. And he's very patient with her. And there's a little bit of there's a bit where she obviously decides she wants to. Well, I won't do that because that'd be a spoiler. But anyway, so yeah, it's really, really good. This is terrifically well acted. As I say, it's quite. I mean, fair play to. What's her name?
Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson. Fair play to Emma Thompson because I don't know if it is a kit or if she's got a body double or something. But I mean.
No, she said it was. She did all her own.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, that's and I mean that's really, really super brave for what he's doing. Because I mean, she says about the she's looking at her South St. Lawrence and said, "Oh, you don't want that." And he goes, "No." So really puts at ease. And then she says, there comes a point when she goes, "Okay, this is the list of things I want to do, which include, sort of different positions." And
it's quite a funny scene that's in the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, that's in the trailer. That's right.
It's in the trailer. Yeah.
I've got this list of things that I want to try. I want this list of things I want to do, and they do all that. And then she's because she's obviously a school teacher, and she's waiting for him in like a restaurant, and the girl who's a waitress said, "Oh, miss, you used to teach me, didn't you?" and all that. And then I won't tell you the outcome, but he sort of turns up, and I won't tell you that because you'll want to see that. But yeah, it's just funny. She goes, "Oh, really? Oh," she goes, "Yeah, you must remember me, miss, don't you? You remember me, miss? You used to teach me RE, And she's like, "Oh, no, I don't."
Okay, now, Sean, as a teacher, that must have happened to you before, especially in somewhere like the Isle of Wight, where there's
I'm generally quite good at remembering the. I'm generally quite good at remembering people, but it is sometimes it can be a problem. So the student, you know what they were like, but you can. But for me, the ones I remember more are probably the more challenging ones.
Yeah.
So they come out, "Oh, sir, yeah. I mean, and my biggest one. I know this is going off topic a little bit, but I was in the pub, and someone jumped on my back, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to get beaten up here. And it's like, "You're like, Mr. Harris, how are you?" You're a big dude, like that. And he goes, "No, I'm going to buy you a beer." Big, huge guy with swallow tattoos and all that, "Oh, you're a legend, sir." So, yeah, I mean, and I I do quite well for, like, if I go out and someone's working in a coffee shop or something. Oh no, that's on me. That's on me. That one too. You don't have to worry about that. So yeah, so it does happen, but so.
All right. So with this, I mean, because with the film, obviously, this is the kind of film that I think a couple of years back I probably would have looked at and gone, that just sounds like smut. But I mean, the fact that it has Emma Thompson, and I feel like she doesn't just lend her name to anything. No. And like, I feel like there are some people that if they're going to do, I think you guys are talking about nudity and nude scenes. That if they're going to do nude scenes, it's just kind of like gratuitous. But you feel like if there's going to be Emma Thompson, there's going to be a story and there's going to be a reason behind it. So because of the topic of this, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be something that you're talking about her being brave. And whenever people talk about an actress being brave on screen, that is code for she takes her clothes off. And so
especially an older, especially someone who's a little bit older. I mean, that is quite brave, I think.
Yeah. So was it gratuitous, or do you reckon that it was actually
no?
It
wasn't gratuitous. I wouldn't say it was gratuitous. I wouldn't say it was gratuitous at all, really. In fact, I'd say it was quite. You can see what's going on, like when it comes to doing certain things, but it's not like in your face. Going on there.
Yeah.
All right. So, what was I going to say? But it is really, really well acted. But I mean, I think this is one of those films that you could watch on TV at home. Do you know what I mean? This doesn't necessarily. It did. Funny enough, like you were saying, going back to what you said at the start, it did feel a bit like this could have been a stage play. Feels like you could have done this on the stage. You probably wouldn't have had the positions and stuff. But yeah, it was. So yeah, I mean, it was really, really well acted. It's not something that I would have rushed to see, but I just thought we might need something else. So yeah, it was.
So how many stars would you give it?
I'll give this a 3-star. Give this a 3-star. This one. So yeah, it was good. It was a good, solid film.
Yeah.
Not really the material of the film, the narrative of the film. Not something that I would particularly, be interested in normally. But we've got to make some sacrifices for the podcast.
You see, and that's why Shaun, amongst us, Shaun is the professional. Shaun is the professional. All right, cool.